Hello, Jen here, and I have a layout share for you guys. I have a whole bunch of layouts that are sitting here piling up. Some of them you might have seen, I might have shared them already. Some of them I definitely haven't. So I thought I would just go ahead and share them all. I'll let you know if there are process videos with them, but these are from probably like October, November, December, and January. So there's a lot in here. Let's get started. So this is my most recent Wild Whisper layout using the Strength of the Season collection. And I was just documenting a little letter I wrote to my daughter about how strong she is and how no matter what happens in life, she can always remember that dance has taught her that she's a very capable, strong, resilient person. So I love the way that this one turned out. This is a layout that I did for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club party last weekend. The challenge was Sarah's fairy tale challenge, and it was Pinocchio, and so we were challenged to use wood veneer and some string. So you can see I've got my wood veneer snowflakes and my little string. There's no process video for this one. It was just put together as a really simple, fun little challenge layout. There is a process video for the Wild Whisper one. I think I might have forgotten to say that. This is a layout that I put together, kind of a combination of the challenges for the scrap party, but also with the whole ABC Scrappy Challenge in mind. So ABC Scrappy Challenge is a challenge series that Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life is doing, where she's picking different words that begin with each letter of the alphabet, and she's challenging you to use your stash up. Find those elements in your stash and use them up. So B was boys, butterflies, and balloons. And so I got the boys and I made my little controllers into kind of butterflies, and then instead of balloons I picked buttons. And then this was also, I also created this during the party with some of the challenges in mind for the 10 item challenge and something else. Oh, and there was an inspiration challenge that had a little icon of a bear on it, and you can't really see it because it's hidden behind here, but it reminded me of the Child at Heart collection from Wild Whisper, which has that same bear icon. So that's why I went with this paper. There is a process video for this one. This is an everyday inspiration layout that I made, just the most recent one. We were inspired by Crystal's photo of the Miracle Staircase, and so you can see here I kind of recreated that feel of the staircase, and the picture is us in front of a staircase. So I loved putting this one together. It's totally different for me, different color scheme, lots of really warm, rich colors, and yeah, lots of fun. Definitely a process video for that one. Here was letter A for that Scrappy Challenge. The challenge was to use alphas. So as you can see, I used a ton of different alphas to create this super long, unnecessarily long title, especially unnecessary considering that these are just random pictures and they don't actually have anything to do with the title. So it was just kind of a fun, sarcastic layout that I created because I'm not very good at titles and I don't use up my alphas, so that was the whole goal. And there is a process video for it. This is a layout that the process video hasn't gone up yet, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. I actually created it for two different reasons. In the Rediscover Your Stash challenge, every month, basically, Christina and Sarah put out challenges to help you use up your stash, and January is freeze month, so we were all on a spending freeze, so it was especially kind of motivating to get our stash used up. And one thing I have a ton of in my stash is sequins, so that was the challenge, and I combined that with a Crafty Maven getaway layout. I wanted to do an art party layout, but I kind of forgot about the art element of it. That's okay, but I couldn't film the voiceover because my voice was not doing very well. I have bronchitis. So I didn't get to actually finish the voiceover, but the process video will be coming out for this one. Basically, I just made a giant full page shaker pocket with my layout in the center of it, and used my fuse tool to kind of seal it all up. And then if I flip it over, I also did the other side because I realized using that whole pocket page protector, I needed to have the other side somehow decorated or it was going to end up just being sealed. So there will be a process video up for this very shortly. This is a layout that I did following the Thursday night sketch challenge that Christina puts out on her Redefined Creative Facebook page every Thursday. And so I just really liked the sketch. It caught my eye, and I wanted to get this photo scrapped of my sweet little boys meeting Santa with us for the first time. So yeah, there is a process video for this one. This is a layout that I put together for December's scrap party. We had a couple of partner challenges, so we got questions, and depending on the answers that our partners gave, we had to use those answers to create a layout. So my partner was Vanessa, and I think for this one, I can't remember the questions, but I remember that what I used in here based on her answers was the ribbon, patterned paper, and buttons and sequins maybe. So just a really simple layout. I actually love it. I honestly think this might be one of my favorite layouts I've made in a really long time. Just a simple gold border, and I made this ribbon Christmas tree, added a few little presents down at the bottom, and my picture. So it turned out really, really nice. I absolutely love it. I should have filmed it and made a process video, but I didn't. So it's just the layout. And then the second challenge, again, creating a layout based off of your partner's answers. So definitely one of the answers was that she likes to scrap fall. Her favorite season to scrap is fall, which is why it's a fall layout. I think the other question was what her favorite color combinations are, and she had said blues and pinks. And so here I used blues and the purples instead of the pinks. I'm using the Sweater Weather collection from Wild Whisper. And I can't remember what the other element might have been specifically, but just again, another really simple, fun layout using a lot of layering techniques, and yeah, no process video for this one. This is a layout that I made for the telephone hop. This was the most recent telephone hop, number 3. I was kind of in the middle of the pack, so it was really fun this time to see where I picked up all of my inspiration from, and then who kind of kept what going. So I really enjoyed that portion of it. There is a process video for it, and this is mostly using Chamel's Glitter Girl collection with a few little bits and pieces of Wild Child from Pink Paisley. This is from the telephone hop number 2. Mostly using the Wild Child collection and a little bit of Vicky Booten here. I was at the beginning, this was the inspiration, or the number 1 starting layout, so that was also really fun to create the original layout and then see how everybody followed through with it. So I love that series so much. Go check out all the process videos on my channel. There's a playlist for it. Here is an everyday inspiration layout that we did. This was December's everyday inspiration. We decided for that month to pick names and scrap lift someone else from the series. So I got Lisa, and if I remember correctly, I picked a layout that she had created that had multiple pictures, and it had lots of banners and layering and stuff like that. So that was where the inspiration came from. There is a process video for that. This is a layout that I created for the Mercy Tiara Scrappy Challenge hop that happens seasonally. So the challenge that was given to me, I think, was to use Crafter Brown, no white at all, to use gold, to use embossing or stamping. Was that it? Oh, and maybe to use the color blue? That could be it. I can't remember, but there is a process video and a playlist for that entire hop, so you can go and check that out down below. I love how this turned out. It's so cute. I love my little gold embossed leaves. Gold, and this is the Emerald Creek maple embossing powder, so it actually smells like maple syrup. Yep. And the stamp is from Wild Whisper, and they just work so well together. Here is a layout I did for the Off the Board series that Crystal from Pineapple Papers does every month. My inspiration from Pinterest was a couple of layouts that I had found that were all using these really fun Christmas trees as their background. So there was a Missy Whedon one, there was one that was kind of stitched trees in the background, and I knew, because I was putting together all of my Christmas supplies to get ready for December Daily, I knew I had a ton of different trees, wood veneer trees and just die cut trees and some chipboard trees from all different collections, and so I was really inspired to try to throw them all together to create one layout. So this has a process video, and it was a ton of fun to make. I really love how this turned out. This is a layout that I created for Christy's 30 Days of Sketches series that she was doing with a couple other people, Crystal, I think, and Christina, and they invited me to pick a day, so I picked my birthday and scrapped about my birthday from the year before. And so the sketch had kind of like this cluster up at the top with layers and 3 different photos, and instead I went ahead and picked one longer photo and then made these little sequin shaker pockets to kind of take up the space of where 2 other photos might go. This one turned out so much better than I pictured in my head. I love the pops of color and the purple, but also that really wintry feel because I have a winter birthday. I guess technically it's not winter, it's still fall, but in Canada we're in full winter by the end of November most of the time, so love how that turned out. This is a layout that I did for the Creepy Caravan YouTube and blog hop, so that is a great hop to go and check out, especially if you liked other forms of mixed media and like altered projects, canvases and that kind of stuff. It was lots of fun, and basically I was just inspired to create a big mountain of candy because you can see my boys are sitting in a giant mountain of their Halloween candies, so that's what I did. I pulled out little bits of candy and ephemera from all different Halloween collections that I had and piled it all up and then scattered it with lots of fun sequins and mist, and voila! So there is a process video and playlist for that one. This is another everyday inspiration layout that I created. This was Lisa's inspiration with that gorgeous Disney photo that she had. So I really was inspired by that dark night sky and then how bright it made the colors around it. So I picked the neon green and this purple and then this black paper from Halloween Nights from Wild Whisper, and just let that black kind of really make those purples and greens shine through. This is a layout that I created just because I wanted to create something. There is a process video for it, but I haven't actually put it up yet. So let me know if you want to see it, and I can go ahead and finish editing and doing the voiceover for it. But I just was really inspired by the Sweater Weather collection. That was my fall kit, my September and October kit, or was it October, November? Maybe October, November kit for How to Kill a Kit with Style. And this is the Sweater Weather collection from Wild Whisper, and I love how these colors contrast, this blue and then this purple and the kind of yellowy, orangey color that they have in there. And then I used a metal word the Thankful is metal from Dollar Tree. They have them for all the different holidays, and I keep picking them up because I just love how versatile they are for DIYs and for scrapbooking. So this one I just smushed some brown ink over top of it to kind of give it that rusted, weathered look. And yeah, I think this is such a super cute layout. This is a layout I did for Wild Whisper. It turned into a layout and a half because I just didn't want to cram all of the two pictures together, and I really wanted to use up a lot of the Halloween Nights collection. So that is what you see here, the ephemera and some of the cards and papers, and there's some mixed media in the background and some wood veneer. So lots of fun creating that one, and there is a process video for it. This is also Wild Whisper. I wanted to showcase this paper. I really wanted it to stand out so that you didn't lose the fact that it's this spooky, creepy old house. So I just have a little tiny picture of my kids actually sitting in front of our house. And then because of how bright orange this picture shone, and because there's orange on the other side of this paper, I decided that that would just be my little accent color. So everything on it is black except for these little pops of orange and some of the sequins. And all I did was cut out 3 sides of this little window, folded it over, and then I put little sequins pockets on the back. So there is a process video for that one. This was a Stretch the Sketch layout that I did. So you can see here, this was also while I was using up my October and November kits. So my Halloween stuff was out, and I scrapped about this really fun play area that we like to take the kids to that has this super giant spider's web that they can play on. It's so much fun and makes me wish that I was a kid again. So there is a process video for that one. This one might have been a Crafty Maven Getaway, I think, and I just used a lot of black and white paint in the background and created some nice layers, and kind of made it monochromatic because the pictures were a little bit dark, and so I feel like the black and white and gray really helped to make the pictures look a little bit brighter than they actually are. So there is a process video for that one. This is one I did for, let's see, I think there is a process video for this one. And it was to do a monochromatic layout, I think. So that's why there's all the blues. And I just used my ink dauber and a bunch of different Tim Holtz inks. Some of them are distress inks, some of them are just the normal, or sorry, some of them are oxides and some of them are just the normal distress inks. And then I used glitter and glue and just made some patterns in some of the dots and just had fun playing with the color blue. This is a layout that I did again for the Crafty Maven Getaway. Oh, I actually think that was for a hop. The blue one was for the Crafty Maven Getaway hop that we did in September. Yes, thank you. I'm remembering now. So this was also for the Crafty Maven Getaway, again using a ton of mixed media, and then I really just had this idea of wanting to do like a doodly pumpkin. So I did the mixed media first and then kind of used the basic shape that I had created to draw my pumpkin, and then added a bunch of fun little black and orange elements and some white elements, and that's it. I love doing this kind of stuff because I don't have a plan set out. I kind of let it happen organically and see where it takes me. So there is a process video for it. This one you might have already seen. It kind of, I don't know what to do with it. I always forget to put it in the album, and there is a process video for it, but I haven't ever edited and done the voiceover for it. So let me know if you want to see it. I think I started creating it for something in the summer and then just never ended up having the time to post it. So let me know if you do want to see it. I can go ahead and get that set up, but it's just a fun summery layout using a lot of the Summer Lights collection and other bits and pieces that I had in my summer kit. Okay, let me actually switch this for a second. So This is a layout that I created for a contest and a challenge from Christina, and whoever, anyone could enter, and what you had to do was you had to use the answers from questions to build your layout, and then you had the opportunity to win one of her advent calendars from her shop. So I think the questions were what is Christina's favorite shape to use, which is the hexagon, what is her favorite or maybe her go-to color scheme, which was black and white, and then like a pop of something else. So I used the pop of the turquoisey teal. How many kids did does Christy have, and that's how many photos you had to use. A question about Jody from Spiegelmom Scraps, which is where the sequins came from. And then I think it was Amy asking what is one thing that Amy absolutely hates to use or doesn't like to use, and it's tags. So I threw in that little tag there. And I won, so I got an advent calendar out of it, which I'm super, super happy about, because this is a totally kind of different layout for me using all this washi tape and stuff, and it was something that I thought of and started to go with it and kind of turned it into this, which is a layout that I love now. But to go back to this one, this is originally what I had started with. So I was doing, whoops, come on camera, you can do it. There we go. I was doing this layout first, and then I realized, for whatever reason in my head, I was thinking Christy has 3 kids, so I have a picture of my 3 kids, and then I remembered that it's not having 3 kids in the picture, it's having 3 pictures. So I kind of put this one to the side and did the other one. So I still love this one, and it definitely looks different from the other one. I just have to finish it and put a few little other embellishments and stuff on there. And then what are these? I think that's it. These are actually 2 layouts that you've already seen before. So that is it for my layouts. Let me give you a quick look through my traveler's notebooks. So I got this layout done. There is a process video for this one. It's using the Child at Heart collection from Wild Whisper. It was a Wild Whisper video, so you can find it there. And I got this layout done. Actually, I guess it's technically not done. I need to do some journaling, I think. And this layout done. This was for Stretch Your Sketch, so I actually shrunk the sketch and put it into a traveler's notebook. So there is a video for this one. I think that might be it in this month. Oh no, it's not. I also did this one. This is another Wild Whisper layout. This was combining some of the ephemera from the Canadian Christmas collection, or sorry, Canadian Winter collection, and the Child at Heart collection, to kind of make this fun layout about my daughter going outside at midnight during our very first snowfall of the season and doing cartwheels. So I think that's it for this one. Yep, you can see I still have a lot of pages left in that one. And then for October, did I do any new layouts? Well, I did this one quite a while ago. This was in the summer for the Off the Board series, doing mixed media tags as my inspiration. This one I did, oh, I know. This was a Everyday Inspiration series layout that I did. The inspiration was my photo, and it was this photo here of, oh no, it wasn't this photo here, but it was a similar photo that I took from my window at work. And so the inspiration for me was just talking about work and what I do at work, and yeah, that kind of stuff. So there is a video for this one. This one I think you've seen. I did it in the summer. This one I did in the summer. Let's see. This one I just did for fun. I just pulled it out one night and went ahead and put it together for fun. So there's no process video for it. I just had my stuff out and thought I'd go ahead and do it. And this one you have already seen, so that's it for October. And so then the last thing I have here is just my December daily. There is a video of the first 15 days, so I'll kind of speed through those. You can see here lots of tip-ins. And using a lot of Wild Whisper stuff, mostly the Canadian Winter collection. That was really the inspiration for my album this month. But a lot of their Christmas Comfort collection is in here as well. These come from Stampin' Up. And, you know, lots of other little pieces that I've added in, just general stuff from my stash. So day 15, I think this might be up to where I was. So 16 is here and here. I have these little pop flip-ups or whatever, tip-ins, whatever you want to call them. Documenting our Christmas tree, even though we actually got this the 30th of November, I think. I just put it here and kind of wrote about where the tree came from. Just a big picture. It doesn't really have a day attached to it. Just a nice picture. The 18th and 19th were pretty simple. No extra photos for those. 20th was fairly simple. We just watched Home Alone. 21st has a few pictures. Is this still the 21st? Yeah. Or the 22nd, yeah. And we baked cookies that day. I put some journaling on my little tag here. I hid extra pictures inside this envelope because they don't really need any journaling on them. I just wanted to make sure I could include them. So those go in here. And I just put a little look inside so you could remember to look inside. And the 23rd, this tips out. Oh, I want to do a little bit of journaling right here. I'm going to have to remember to do that. And the 24th. Oops. And then the 25th is right here. So lots of pictures for Christmas Day. And so I made another little pocket and threw some pictures in. Some of the pictures have tags in them so that I can remember what the gifts might have been or that kind of thing. Not all of them do. Some of them are self-explanatory. Some of them I journaled right on top. So that's in that little pocket. And then here, this just flips. Oh, and there is a pocket right here with some other ones. Little bits of journaling on those as well. And those just fit back in here. And that's it. That is the end of my December daily. So I thought I was done. I have to do that little piece of journaling and that's it. So that is everything that I did in the last few months. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to leave the comments and questions down below, because I know this is a long video and there was a lot of stuff going on. And yeah, thank you so much for watching all the way through to the end. I really appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe so you can follow along and see what I do every month. And until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.